What is going on, you guys? Today is a special day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got the brand new Star Wars, the vintage collection, Ahsoka Grand Admiral Thrawn. This figure I happened to pick up at Ross for $5. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first vintage collection figure in quite some time. So I am pretty brand new to this toy line. I love Hasbro figures. I have so many different figures here in the collection. I even have the bigger Thrawn, which I will show you in the comparison from the Black Series line, but I don't have the vintage 3x75 inch or 3/4 inch version of Thrawn. And without further ado, I am Saj the Boss, a massive Star Wars. Okay guys, so taking a look at the card for Grand Admiral Thrawn, you see the red Imperial logo for Thrawn right here, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Ahsoka looks very cool, very vintage-like. Almost reminds me of the old Kenner figures. You got the Kenner logo on the corner here, one of the greatest toy lines of all time. You got the beautiful figure in there. You got Thrawn here, a little banged up, but it's okay for $5. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn, the brilliant, ruthless strategist. Thrawn studies his enemies to gain factual advantages, too often overlooked by his peers, and stopping nothing to scare a victory for himself. Legalese vintage collection, little picture of Thrawn, and nothing just pops out than that. I got Hasbro and a barcode here if you're looking for this figure. And if this card was a little bit nicer, and I found another card back of this, I probably would consider it keeping it sealed so I can get it autographed eventually by the actor, which would be pretty badass, but I don't know, I hope. Well, regardless guys, Saj will take him out. And here is Thrawn in the bubble. He just looks absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, in the bubble. Looks very like the Black Series figure, but kind of hard to read on camera, but he looks really cool. Well, crack him out of the packaging. I really hope the Kenner figures will have a card back eventually in the Black Series line. That would be very cool. Maybe for the 40th anniversary of New Hope, 50th I mean, of New Hope, so who knows. And guys, here is Thrawn out of the packaging, and he just looks super cool, and he's really cute, very miniature figure here. I'm so used to playing with my 6-inch figures and posing those around, and having a 3x75 inch or 3/4 inch modern figure is something very unique. I bet he has so much different articulation things, but on the head sculpt, it's like the exact same thing as the Black Series figure. Really well done. Likeness is a little off. I think the Black Series has better likeness of the figure here. Got the same menacing red eyes that we know and love from Thrawn. It looks a little bit, I would say not drunk, but a little bit off and concerned. He has a beautiful slick black hair, looking very nice. Very beautiful waistcoat here, tunic if you will, as his Imperial uniform. Nice and well renditioned here, very firm. He has his Admiral patch, his pendant there, a holster for the blasters, beautiful skin color. The only, pretty much the only Admiral ever to gain the rank who has an alien race, which is really cool too. And then he has a black boot, so really basic, but it's Thrawn. Pretty cool. Before I talk a little bit more about Thrawn, I gotta tell you, he's one of my absolute favorite Star Wars villains, and Saj loves Star Wars. Like, you can tell that I love Star Wars. But it is something I'm born and bred with through Star Wars, and Thrawn is just that one villain that I look up to because his strategic planning is kind of like how I like to look at leaders, someone who's strong and fierce, but also someone who's just very willing and get you off guard. But regardless, guys, his arms can move out this much. Really beautiful wingspan. Look at that butterfly in there. Very crispy Thrawn. Wow, this is better than the Black Series figure. Goodness. And then, guys, he gets a double jointed elbow here, which is very nice here. A beautiful ab crunch goes forward, ab crunch goes back, waist swivel. Legs to move about this much, guys. Look at that splits here. Very different compared to a Black Series figure. They're a little bit more stiff. These have a little bit more free will. Interesting. And he does have a single jointed knee, which is what I was expecting he would have, but it's nice to see a single jointed knee on this figure. But his head does look down, look up, and look side to side. So yeah, very nice, very crispy Thrawn. And then honestly, guys, if you want to, you could put the blaster in the holster or in his hand, which is a little tricky. Oh, there we go. There's Thrawn with the blaster. Really cool. But you don't really get to see Thrawn in action poses, so it's kind of weird to see him fully have a range of motion that I was not expecting with this figure whatsoever. But if you will, I'm going to add it to the holster, pose him up how I normally pose Thrawn, and I'll show you Big Thrawn. Okay, y'all, let me know down in the comments how to get the arms to be officially crossed backwards, but I kind of got it going here. But here's Thrawn in his usual admiral pose, looking pretty bad butt, and give me 1 second to show you. Sorry guys, I'm watching Survivor. It's a triple tribal council tonight, so I review Grand Admiral Thrawn, so I guess he made the Grand Admiral jury, didn't he? Okay guys, so here is the Black Series Thrawn next to the 3x75, the 3x75 inch or the 3/4 scale Grand Admiral Thrawn. You kind of see why I collect Black Series. I think they're a lot more movie accurate, but I also just like how they both look overall. So overall, guys, they're both movie accurate. They're both television accurate, right? They're both how you wanted to see them through and through. But overall, what's a better figure and what's a better value for your money? I say go for the Black Series figure, go for the jugular, always go for the jugular, because the Black Series has its pros. It is just really well posable, it scales better, it looks more how you would imagine it would look if it was shrunken down a little bit. But having a 1/4 inch figure, you do get it, but it's really tiny and you won't really pop in your display depending on how big your shelving unit is, right? And it also depends on if you love collecting the original line of figures before they switch over to the 6 inch. I was kind of on the gap between growing up from this way to this way, so it kind of like balancing the scales like that. So it was almost like a ladder for me as a kid. I grew up with 3x75 inch, but I fell in love with the Black Series, and the Black Series is always my bread and butter and tried and true, but they're just both very nice action figures. So at the end of the day, my pick as it stands, I say go, if you want articulation, go for the vintage. But if you want to go for the aesthetics and pleasing of capturement of Thrawn, go for the Black Series figure. 100% one of the best figures in my collection, and still is one of the coolest things ever. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I am Sasha Boss. Mini Thrawn is a 10 out of 10. And I love how I have the Austin Powers trio here, or duo, if I mean. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in another video, and let me know what action figures you guys want to see me review next.